Hey everyone, welcome back to Jaraci Cup 16, to the last Groupstage games. I said it before, but there was one series that didn't get played, which was SickIGN versus Apex, but other than that... Honestly, that's pretty good. Given the track record of our tournaments, normally there's like 5 series that don't get played. Having only one, I'll take it. But this is SickIGN versus AreK, from AreK's perspective. And I did some coaching, man, I'll tell you what. I wanted SickIGN to win this real bad, so... We played a lot of games together, and I'm happy to say I think I got him to a pretty good state. He's going to play a very macro-focused, kind of armor spam style. And AreK is going to play AreK, of course. I mean, he's AreK, you know, so he's going to go for the same thing. But I think that there are some holes in AreK's build, and I really spent a lot of time with SickIGN trying to exploit them. We looked at, like, AEV rushing, but it just wasn't really very effective. What he tends to do is he'll go for LAV Fab first, just like this. He'll build a couple of them, usually about 5, escort the base runner, and then he'll go for SC. And then after that, he'll go for his armor spam style. But in my opinion, that's just not a really great way to play. So I really tried to see if I could get SickIGN to beat him here. I did watch these games live, so I know what happens, but I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'll pretend as if I don't, right? Hey, look, it's AreK. He's in the chat. Game 2 will shock you! Anyway, we have an SC coming out here. So like I said, SC first to SickIGN. He's got LAV Fab going, not playing this too greedy. And this is just generally true in the CVS matchup. The sponsored CVS Pharmacy matchup. Is that I feel like the attacking player, that is the one with the LAVs here, he just can't really get anything done. And so the defending player just goes for SC first, he gets LAV Fab, he builds AVs, right? He's fine, you know? So what I was telling SickIGN was really just don't worry about the fact that he builds LAVs, just kind of ignore it, and see if you can get away with it. This is a base runner retire build, by the way. So even a little bit faster, although he does have a little bit less defense if he were to be attacked. But again, I don't think it matters. I am walking here is correct, so... Nobody works here. Yeah, exactly. And that's the plan. AV Fab on the queue. And sure enough, AreK going with his SC after that. This time he's only got 3, so cutting it a little bit closer than usual. That's probably good for him, because these things aren't going to get too much done. Especially against Sawan, right? He's even got the ALMs to help defend. Yeah, Sal's taking a little bit of damage, but I don't think it's a huge deal. And we actually spent a lot of time talking about how many salves to have on 2 base, and I was of the opinion you should only have the 2 CU miners, but SickIGN really likes to go for rails, so he decided to build more. Yeah, prod up on the way. And this LAV as well, scouting the timing for the 2 base, so SickIGN knows when that's going to be coming out. AV tech is done, and I believe that they're building already. Hey, he even gets the probe. Very nice. Very nice. And sure enough, there's the railgun fab I was talking about. AreK does get the artifact out, by the way. That will typically happen. I think actually this is the reason he builds the LAVs, is he kind of wants to escort that artifact out. But yeah, AVs are out for AreK as well. This is fine though, like SickIGN doesn't have a window to attack, but he didn't even really want to. What he wants to do is expand up onto 3 and not get killed for it. So I think he's actually pretty happy with this, although... Now that I say it, I'm remembering he just finished railgun tech, so maybe he actually does have plans to attack here, but... Yeah, we'll see what he ends up going for. Looks like that's an AV. But yeah, the LAVs have to make themselves pretty scarce here, of course. I don't think this artifact can extract. They're gonna try for it though, but this is pretty risky. Armor 0 for SickIGN, that does help a little bit, but once one of the AVs gets low, you just put a self-smoke down and you'll be fine, right? Okay, well he didn't use it, but he could have. I guess I take it back though, this artifact should extract. You know what, that's actually pretty nice for AreK, because he kind of had no business getting this out, but he did anyways. So you'll take it, right? But the railguns are done here for SickIGN, and I think that he really wants to push. Well, actually he needs to push, because he didn't go for his third base just yet. I can tell he's building something support related. Yeah, I think that's an SC, but... Did I not change the category? No, I did, okay. Phew. Made me worried there. Okay, good, good. But yeah, SickIGN has to push here because his opponent just got 3 base and he didn't go for it himself, right? So you can see he's moving out with the railguns and such. But he does have an SC of his own, so he will be up on 3 base as well. The key here is just to like get your opponent dislodged off of one of the bases, and then this makes it look really, really good. Yeah, railgun tech isn't on the way. This is maybe a good call then for SickIGN. He kind of went for like a faster attack than you would expect. Because you know this is going to come eventually, but you didn't know it was going to come right away. But yeah, the AEVs definitely can fight back. It's just going to be a little bit tough for them. You can see a lot of smokes being dropped down here. But this SC critically has not been smoked, so it's getting hit this whole time. Not yet dead, though. AreK finishes carrier mobility. He wants to get this thing into the fight if he can. But again, still no railgun tech. It's on the way, but it's not done yet. And SickIGN has Mag Excel, and he's teching armor 3, so... he is really strong here, and he's up on 3 base now. Yeah, you're like, please tech, finish what you... Yeah, we've all been in that spot before. There it is. But even so, like, he doesn't have Mag Excel, and it's gonna take a while to get it. So this is a tough game state for AreK. Probably best even he cancels one of these, but I mean, it's hard. Like, you need the rails right away. SickIGN wandering a little bit too close, though, I would say. Now that the carrier can do some damage. Really nice smoke, though, cuts this guy off. Yeah, a few more rails have arrived, and this carrier, I think, just kind of has to leave. Like, it can't really fight here. So, SickIGN, he, I think he killed off an SC, didn't he? Or maybe it got... oh, no, it got away over here. But still, he's denied enough mining time that I think this is totally worth it for him. Yeah, it can fight, it'll just die. Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're going with there. And SickIGN is, he's rail spamming, man. He knows what he's doing. He's got armor 3, he's got Mag Accelerate. These are both things that AreK still needs. And he outnumbers his opponent, so this is a really good spot. Which, by the way, how does this happen? Well, you can check the unit slots tab, but also, just a better build at the start, I think, really goes a long way. These AAVs are dead, but it kind of doesn't matter. They did some damage before they fill. And now SickIGN starting to power up his carrier, even feels pretty good. But, I mean, I think he should just push here, because he really has a very, very strong army. Like, he can't be beaten on the field unless he makes some serious positioning mistakes. Even he is not capable of, I think. Railgun's actually killing salvagers now, you love to see it. Mark Target being used, wow, look at this. Nobody ever uses Mark Target, it's such a good ability. And yeah, you can see AreK just having a very hard time keeping that 2-base set up. And, you know, that does matter. Like, if he's off 2-base for just the whole game, I don't think he can really win. He knows it too, that's why he's really fighting for this. But now the carrier's taking a lot of damage here. And SickIGN doesn't even have to persecute it. He knows, or prosecute it, whatever you say. He knows that he wins this fight, so he's just gonna take it with the railguns first. Again, even though the numbers were pretty even that time, there's no Mag Excel and there's no Armor 3, and those two are both really impactful in a rail fight. Even a bit of high ground now for SickIGN as if he needed that. And that ought to be all she wrote, right? Even like a couple LAVs being built here out of desperation, but again, it's Armor 3 versus no ups. Not very easy to kill. Not very easy to kill the railguns here. So there you have it. SickIGN takes the first game off of AreK. Now, if you're aware of who these players are, that's actually quite a surprise, because R.I.P. Desert Boat. AreK is like really freaking good, so really good job from SickIGN there. And now the ball's in AreK's court. We'll see how he chooses to react to this. Pull up the replay though. I hadn't gotten it set yet. It's gonna be Gaussian territories. This one is SickIGN's pick. Yeah, for real though. This game is quite an interesting one. Actually, I'm really excited to see this replay because I don't really understand how it even happened. But we have LAV Fab for RX straight away. He's got the one on RUs, probably wants that for carrier production upgrade. This is Gaussian territories, of course. Very, very good map for early aggro. I think in part because you can LDM very efficiently. And you can see, sure enough, he's building 2 more selves. He's going to have these guys LDMing over here. But again, kind of the theory with just going SC first for SickIGN was like, look, if your opponent goes for LAVs, which he often does in the early game, he can't do much damage, right? But we'll see if that ends up holding true. Because, of course, this is a different map. Gaussian territories is very open, which is already pretty good for LAVs. It's really good for railguns, which is what SickIGN was thinking picking it, but yeah, it's got quite a lot of open sightlines which you can use to gun down your opponents from quite a range. And when you're playing AAV versus LAV, the AAVs really like to be close to the enemy, so that's actually good for the LAVs in this case. I don't think LAVs outrange AAVs, but if they do, it's only by a very little bit. Again, I should know that sort of thing as the caster, but there it is. There's AV Fab. Oh, yeah, I remember this, though. Phoenix Yo's got a new protege. No, but he is going to try to use the turret here. And I think you kind of have to. Right? I mean, if you're gonna play a fight like Coalition versus Soban like that and actually get something done, it's gonna be very, very hard if you don't have the damage from a turret. But again, like, this wouldn't even be possible if SickIGN was not retiring that base burner, which I think is kind of a mistake. And he did it in the last game, so AreK sort of knows that it's coming. And actually, the turret drop command has already been issued, but I think it's inside the TJ, so he'll probably want to move that a little bit, but... Okay, he sees the TJ now. A couple more LMs being dropped to annoy him. SickIGN actually building another Salvager as he's being attacked. And he has the 2 on RUs, which, again, I think is maybe too much. Yeah, the turret is getting dropped down here. Now, if SickIGN is really fast, he can move the salves over and try to just jetpack it to death. But I think the window for that is closed, because the Salvagers are probably just going to die if they try that now. First AV is on the way though, but look at this, AreK attacking on the other location as this is going on. I think it's a mistake to hit the SC though, he probably won't kill it. But this is like, 1 ALM was killed and 2 salvagers already, so this turret was definitely worth it. Even though the base runner will die, which it will, but that's alright, I don't think it matters too much. Oh, and AreK even has armor 1 instead of getting the production upgrade, oh my gosh. That's kind of innovative though. But even so, like, I don't think he's gonna kill this SC. Look at this just, like, stream of LEDs. Also, what the heck is this guy doing over here? Like, if SickIGN can keep this support cruiser alive, I think that this just still is not enough damage, right? And you can see how difficult it is for AreK to pull this off. Like, he's investing everything, right? But CVS, you know, it's not easy to fight that, so he's gonna make a unique call now. He's gonna hide in the fog of war and then come out with more army and hope that his opponent kind of didn't recognize what was happening. Railgun Fab is on the way. He is teching heavy vehicles armor, but like this is not gonna be very useful, right? So I like this plan from AreK. He really needs carrier production upgrade at some point, but because you can see he's having a lot of trouble spending his money, right? I think we'll see that come out in just a moment. But these 2 armored units might actually get killed here as well. This is a lot of LAVs. Smokes are dropped kind of poorly. What you want to do in this case is drop the smoke on top of yourself, right? But yeah, these 2 AVs are going to die, and that sort of clears the path up to this support cruiser, which was injured before. So this is pretty catastrophic for SickIGN. And Railgun Tech definitely looks a little bit silly now, alright? SC is gonna fall, and just like that, SickIGN back onto 1 base, and now this fight is a lot more difficult for him. I think it would be really nice for AreK if he can get this on the fadeaway. Yeah, because now SickIGN is fleet cap 2, right? I think so. Oh, look how many salves he has on the 3rd base. Yeah, that's not helping. That's not helping. It's painful, but I think he honestly has to just retire these things. Like, he can't really have all the fleet capacity being used up by them. And carrier production upgrade is on the way for AreK. Look at that queue, that's crazy. But, you know, he has a lot of CUs, and what can I say? After this finishes, he probably should just keep the other one, honestly, because he's got a big bank. Looks like he'll just take Assault Pack instead. That's a good tech. That's a good tech. But these are armor 2 LAVs, so it's a little hard to kill them, and again, this 1 AV is out here in the open. These LAVs will beat it. This is only armor 1. It's not really that strong. Good self-smoke. But it's only going to buy time. This guy will die. Probably not worth using the smoke on the other guy to try to save him. This AV gets gunned down as well, and then it's going to be more ALMs dying, and that's got to start becoming really annoying for SickIGN at this point. In fact, if I were him, I would try to smoke these things, but he's a little bit too late for that. And again, he's pop blocked. And both players have the same income, so being pop blocked is kind of devastating here. It's really hard to do anything with that. Save, he's getting better and so nice. But now the LAVs are getting damage ups, which is not going to help either. Although armor 2 is finishing, so really the calculus hasn't changed that much. In fact, the AVs are a little bit stronger relatively, because they take 1 more damage, but they take 1 less damage with the armor, and now they have, I think it's 50 HP extra, or maybe 100. And now SickIGN is starting to float. That's kind of surprising. Not surprising on the RUs, because he just has to keep building AAVs here, and it costs a lot of money, but... Heavies 3, that's always a good call. But really, he needs more AAVs, and I think he's building a support cruiser right now, which is Again, it's just a little bit too greedy. Like, he's so close to breaking this attack, but he can't be making an SC. He's got to be making more defense. This is a lot of LAVs, right? And this ALM is just going to die. It's kind of double-edged sword. Oh, no, it didn't even die. Okay. Good smoke on the eco, but still, like, the AVs are just getting killed here. I was going to say it's the double-edged sword of placing them aggressively, but it doesn't even seem to matter. SC is going to fall again. Just in time for a new one to spawn. Hey, just in time to live. No, it's still very bad, of course. I think that's actually the second SC that he's lost this game. And it looks to me like it won't be the last. These LAVs are just rolling over him. Yeah, I'm understanding how this happened now, though. It's much too greedy to try and get up onto 3 base with this timing. And AreKharak is taking carrier mobility. Is he just gonna, like, drive across the field with the carrier? I'd like to see that. That'd be very funny. It looks like he is. Oh my gosh. But yeah, more AVs dying to the depravity of this LAV swarm. And at this point, it looks pretty unwinnable for SickIGN. Very unique game, you know, very creative from AreKharak. I mean, you don't attack, you know, CVS, right? You don't rush, but you made it work. And yeah, this really does feel kind of hopeless at this point. If I recall from watching it live, SickIGN is staying in the game just to chat, really. Like, he's already sent GG, I'm pretty sure. Yep, and there's the surrenders. Still very impressive for SickIGN, I think, to have taken a game off of AreKharak. And we'll see how far he goes in the lower bracket. I think he's got good chances there, but AreKharak gonna innovate for game 2, manages to stem the bleeding here, and he ties SickIGN 1-1. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.